y'all know me, I am trans. Transparent. I got some of y'all there. I am trans. A transparent. I have all the faculties of a man, but a womb that's barren. I have all the toughness of a father, but enough maternal instinct left for caring, for holding. I worry like a Jewish mother, foreboding with the perfect temperament for scolding, and these hands, as hard as any man's, are trans, because they're agile enough for folding small clothing and caressing my children when they are sad and loathing, yet strong enough for molding minds and delicate enough for stroking spines of sick kids with aching tummies and open minds, just hoping I'm enough parent, because the life I've provided you is not the life I would have chosen to. So here I stand, 100% transparent, with nothing more than a beautiful mind, 2 hands and merits, and my kids to share it with, and the weight of the world on my shoulders, yet no one to bear it with. So the time I spend with my children, twice as much, I cherish it, because I'm a transparent. Thank you.
Yo, what I look like giving up. After all this love God done divvied up. You think I take all that grace and just give it up? Baby, you must be drunk off the sippy cup. I've lost several of my brothers to failure. But how do you expect a hood nigga to get past when the system done failed? So you tell him he can manifest whatever he wants, but all he can imagine is a life of endless smashing and selling dope. He got dreams of becoming an ace from Paid in Full, and that bring him hope. So he hit the block hard, try to play God like he the Pope, but he can't sell enough bricks to build him a home. You see, these bricks, they get you a 6x6, and that's the worst kind of hell. My man done went from an iPhone 12 to just bars on the cell. So what the hell I look like giving up? After all this love God done divvied up, you think I'll take all that grace and just give it up? Man, you must be drunk off the sippy cup. I've lost several of my family members, but nothing hit harder than writing the obituary for my sister. That was a heavier burden than the murder of my uncle and burying my 2 closest cousins, because when everybody told me Naoka was gonna be okay, I knew that she wasn't. I got on the phone with Geronimo that night. I called him in tears. I was bugging. I closed my eyes to feel if my sister was still alive, and I felt nothing. But all that pain I felt inside, I chose to hide. I had to tuck it. 18-wheeler with the emotions, I kept on trucking. I went down to the morgue to identify her body with Ernest. That's my older cousin. I wish the image of seeing my sister laying there would leave me, but it doesn't. So now I gotta find a way to bring my sister glory. Because when I gotta get on, I gotta tell Naoki's story. And what a crazy predicament for a baby brother to be put in. But through the grace of God, I became an author, and I put my sister's face on the cover of a book, and now her image will be seen in places she ain't never set foot in. Wow. So what I look like giving up. After all this love God done divvied up, you think I'll take all that grace and just give it up? Baby, you must be drunk off the sippy cup. Several things in my life could have broke me early. If I'm being real with you, I still don't know what made my stepfather Earl leave. I'm sure it was bigger than me, because all of us got an issue. Can't really blame him walking out against him, because my real father did it too. To his credit, he did a few things that my real father didn't do. Like, he checked in on the kid, gave me a little bit of discipline too. I was raised up in a broken home, and the energy was always split in two. It's a shame how we rather stand on the lie than sit in the truth. I was raised a people pleaser, and it's crazy what that mentality will make you do, but you gotta learn to be real if you really want to see it through. Because all the people that you keep changing for, hoping that they'll stay, they'll leave you too. And I learned that lesson the hard way. But through the grace of God, I still got through a hard day. So what I look like giving up. After all the love God done divvied up, you think I would take all that grace and just give it up? And you must be drunk off the sippy cup. You must be drunk off the sippy cup. Listen, several things in my life tried to rock me. Most of y'all know most of y'all know rock bottom, but I know the bottom of the rock. I lived in mental prisons as a victim. Nobody was breaking me out. I tried to raise above it, but the generational curses, they kept cursing me out. But I still believed in the love. I still knew who I was. Made hella mistakes, but I never once gave up. They tried to kill me twice, but the bullets played dumb. God made him and told me from the womb that I was going to blossom. He never told me that weapons wouldn't form, but he did promise they wouldn't prosper.
Come on, bro.
So I kept on going, kept on ascending, kept climbing these steps. I kept on living. Because my life been through way too much to give it up. If you look at my life, it looked like a whole bunch of blessings just divvied up. The grace and honor stopped me from giving up. God taught me that there are blessings, baby, even in a sippy cup. That's why you see me smiling every time I sip it up. And I'm going to stand on my greatness till my whole family be sitting up. And if you lose your seat on the way to the peak, it's cool, family. You can sit with us. But just know that around here, ain't no.